Are you thinking about moving to Hampton, Virginia? In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of living in Hampton, Virginia. And we're going to start right now. Hampton, Virginia is surrounded by water. You have the James River that runs south along it, and then you have the Chesapeake Bay over here on this side. Because it is surrounded by water, it creates that coastal lifestyle. There are several great restaurants on the water. Hampton also offers a lot of waterfront living opportunities as well. If you are thinking about moving to Hampton, Virginia, and you want to live on the water, you may be able to find something. Also, being along the Chesapeake Bay, there's a lot of great beaches. The most popular beach is Buckroe Beach. I just took Elijah there the other day and he loved it. 10 out of 10. He rates every beach really high though. Buckroe Beach stretches almost a mile along the Chesapeake Bay. It's perfect for swimming. There's picnic areas, there's a playground, there's a fishing pier. Also check out Outlook Beach and the Grandview Nature Preserve. If you don't mind traveling north a little bit, I think you'll like Yorktown Beach. Of course, if you come down to Virginia Beach, the oceanfront is one of the most popular beaches in the entire Hampton Roads area. Another pro I want to highlight is our military presence. We have a lot of people serving our country that frequently move to and from this area, especially in the Air Force and the Navy. If that's you and you are serving our country moving here, thank you for your service. The main bases are going to be found in Newport News, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach. If you are stationed in Norfolk or Virginia Beach or anywhere down there on the south side of Hampton Roads, you don't want to live in Hampton. As close as it may seem, it's actually quite far away. Let's just say you live over here in Hampton and you want to get to Norfolk right here. That seems close. And on a good day, it is. On many days, you'll find a lot of traffic going through this tunnel. Sometimes there's a wreck, which can cost you like an extra hour or two. There's only two ways to travel from the south and north. It is the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel or the Monitor Merrimack right here. Now, the Monitor Merrimack is a better option. It tends to have less traffic. If you are all the way around over here in the Carrollton area, there's a bridge that you can go across to access the north side. The next pro and this is a good one, the cost of living. The cost of living in Hampton, Virginia is less than anywhere else in the Hampton Roads area. According to bestplaces.net, Hampton, Virginia is also 15.6% lower than the rest of the entire state of Virginia as far as cost of living. 12.1% lower than the entire country. Renting a 2-bedroom unit in Hampton will cost you about $1,300 a month depending on your lifestyle, which is 8.4% cheaper than the national average and 6.9% cheaper than the state's average. To live comfortably in Hampton, Virginia, according to bestplaces.net, a family must make a minimum income of $46,800 and $44,800 for a single person. That depends on how you live. Now let's talk about Hampton Roads real estate. This is something I'm familiar with because outside of being a tour guide here on YouTube, I am also a realtor. I've been serving this area for 10 years now. If you have any questions about real estate, feel free to reach out to me. I actually have a property I just put on the market in Hampton, Virginia, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Located just a mile from the Chesapeake Bay, less than a mile to get to Buckroe Beach, and just a few blocks away from the Hampton River. This 3-bedroom brick home is filled with natural light and it showcases the original hardwood floors. The bathroom was tastefully updated with new flooring and tiled shower, and out back, there is a large backyard where you can relax underneath a Japanese maple tree. And who doesn't love living next to the beach and having a Japanese maple tree in their backyard? This home is for sale right now for $245,000. If you go to my website at jahometeam.com, you can check out my featured listings right now. This is the one I was just showing you, and this is a small home. It's only 1,000 square feet, 1,061 square feet. The reason why it's priced where it's at, given how small it is because of how close it is to the water. See, there's that Japanese maple tree I was telling you about. That thing is beautiful. This could have some potential for a good investment property as well. Now, if you want one right on the water and on the ocean, Boom, I got this one right here in Virginia Beach, but the price is a little higher on this one. If we look at just the Hampton Roads area at large, all 9 cities, the median sales price is $345,000. Now let me niche this down a little bit further because actually that's all property types. Let's just focus on detached single family homes only. So $375,000 is our median price throughout the Hampton Roads area. And then let me just put this in perspective. The most expensive city is going to be either Virginia Beach at $445,000, or it will be Chesapeake at $467,500. Chesapeake used to always be a little cheaper than Virginia Beach as far as the median sales price. There are more properties in Virginia Beach. There's things to consider with that. Yorktown's even more expensive. Let's look at Hampton. $305,000 is their median price, which makes it the most affordable place in Hampton Roads to live. Properties are selling for 100.7% of the average list price. And we have 2 months of inventory on the shelf. What that means is if we were to stop listing properties today, in 2 months we would run out of properties. A balanced market is between 4 to 6 months of inventory. We are not in a balanced market, we are in a low inventory market. But it's not an extreme low inventory market. It's not like it was in 2021. Depending on when you're watching this video, just know that all this information is subject to change. The takeaway I hope you get from this is that Hampton is cheaper to buy homes and even rent than the rest of the Hampton Roads area. One very desirable neighborhood that's kind of a rare gem, I would say it's hard to get a home in this neighborhood, is the Grandview neighborhood. Check this out. I just want to show you this on the map. So this neighborhood is surrounded with the back river. See, look at that. It comes all the way in here and it can get you all the way out to the bay. So you have deep water access throughout this neighborhood right here. Some of the homes that are not on the water you can find to be in the high $300,000, low $400,000 range, and then the ones that are on the water are going to be $700,000, $800,000, maybe a little more than that even. And this is subject to change when you're watching this video, but there is one for sale right now in this neighborhood. Let me see, it's right here. Okay, check this out. Now here's a look at the neighborhood. It's a pretty simple neighborhood, nothing too fancy. The location of it is what makes it pretty cool. So you could tell that Karen's not walking around from the association in this neighborhood, right? You can have your boat parked right out front here. Nobody's gonna say anything. So pretty cool little area, right? Here's the catch. It is a flood zone, so you're definitely gonna be spending some money on flood insurance, just depending on where you're at. I would budget for some flood insurance. Another cool area to consider if you have the budget for it would be right over here in the Back River community. In this community, you have much deeper water, as you can see. These piers all here along this way go out really into the deep water that goes straight to the bay. Very desirable neighborhood over here. Let me actually just show you. And again, this is not an easy neighborhood to get into. A lot of people are not selling their homes very often. But if you want something on the water, currently right now, you're looking at somewhere around 1.2, 1.5 million. And that's gonna get you about 4,000 square feet and a nice pier with a boat lift. Very clean looking community all the way around. It's not a very large community. I'm not certain how many homes there are in this neighborhood, but it's a small community, as you can see here. So very nice kept, clean sidewalks. Gotta love that. The last pro that I have to mention, I know I was talking about beaches earlier, but there's also some pretty cool parks in Hampton. The Fort Monroe National Monument is definitely worth checking out. That's a historical site and pretty cool stuff to do and check out there. My favorite park, or Elijah's favorite park, is the Sandy Bottom Park. That park just has a really cool atmosphere and a big lake around it, and there's a lot of other dogs. They have a dog park there too. They also have like canoes you can rent and go out into the water. They also have camping there too. Like you can actually go camping on those grounds. Elijah just loves parks. Before we get into the cons, a lot of people ask me about school districts and crime. Not just about Hampton, but all the cities. As a licensed professional, I'm not allowed to have a subjective opinion on school districts or crime. However, I can point you to a few resources you can check out, like schooldigger.com or greatschools.org. For crime, I recommend checking with the local police website, or you can check out mylocalcrime.com or crimemapping.com. The first con I want to mention is traffic. Depending on where you're traveling to and from, traffic can be pretty bad in Hampton, especially if it involves the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, as I mentioned earlier. Even then, if you're just traveling up north and you're trying to get up to Williamsburg or Richmond, it's not unlikely that you'll hit some traffic. Another con that I briefly mentioned earlier is flood zones. A lot of Hampton is located in a flood zone. Hampton is only at about 10 to 20 feet elevation, surrounded by water. And even though the climate here is pretty mild, we do have storms sometimes. When you're this close to the Atlantic Ocean, you're gonna get hit with some storms. Between being in a flood zone and storms coming in, that's the recipe for a disaster. According to Hampton's website, 22% of properties in Hampton are within the special flood hazard area. Check out this little infographic they have on their website here. Water and homes. Did you know that 6 inches of water equals $21,160 in property damage? And it's able to knock an adult off their feet? Who would have thought? 12 inches is $29,360 in property damage and able to carry away a compact car. And then we have 18 inches that will get you $33,010 in property damage, and it's able to carry away an SUV. I have been living in this area for 10 years now, and I have not seen any of those things happen, but I believe it's absolutely possible, and it has happened. Another con I want to mention is job opportunities. If you are in government sector, military positions, you'll have a lot of options. Or if you're in healthcare, there'll be a lot of options as well. The unemployment rate in Hampton currently sits about 1.2% higher than the national average. According to bestplaces.net, the job growth in Hampton has been negative. Jobs have decreased by 5.8% in the last year. The average salary in Hampton, Virginia is right around $60,000. Another con might be tourism. It's not as bad as Virginia Beach, not even close. But during the season, Hampton is a coastal area and is known to bring in some tourists. The last con I want to mention is really like the infrastructure and development. It's lacking in some ways. There are certain parts of Hampton that are a little ran down and in need of a facelift. And I know that Hampton has been putting forth some effort towards modernization, but still has some work to do. If you are moving to this area, I am here for you as a resource. That is my cell phone number. Feel free to reach out to me direct, and I'm happy to help. And do me a favor, if you found some value in this video, smash that like button and subscribe to this channel. That will help Elijah and I reach more people with these videos and help people who may be moving to or from this area.